It's good to check in with the feet. Rock them a little bit, feel that foot fascia, and get them nice and square. Let's sink down into the earth with a big exhale. Really push down in, feel your feet sink roots into the earth, and then as you breathe back up those legs, put a big backwards arch on it. Good morning, Heidi. Put a little squeeze and a stretch. Squeeze on the back, stretch on the front. And then when it feels right, start that exhale as you poof it back out. Round. Take the wind in the gut and round your spine. Reach forward through the shoulders. And then bring it back again. Big breath with a kind of an a good squeeze, turning on the back muscles and opening the front ones, and then round it out again. Reach far ahead, round the shoulders, the spine, tuck the pelvis, pull the navel in, and then bring it back up to a nice neutral stack. Squeeze a little bit of extension into that back spine, erector group, push back into your posterior chain, hinge down. Feel that long spine like a long lever. Feel those hamstrings holding it up with their amazing muscular leverage. Stretch them long, take a breath in. And as you exhale, fold yourself down, touch the floor, let your arms hang, let your back release. Rock a little bit forward and back, bend the knees and straighten the knees and breathe into that. Put your fingers under your toes, take a big breath in. Push up into that gorilla pose with a little straightening those knees way back. And then relax that and stay hanging for 2 more exhales. And on the next inhale, extend the spine, really turn on the erector groups, pull the shoulders back, and then start to unhinge, raise up that drawbridge. Shoulders are back, chin's tucked, eyes are ahead, looking out across the horizon, and hammer those heels on the ground. Find your grounding, find your vibration. We lost Diane. Feel them bumping and bumping and bumping and bumping. Breathing. That looks great. That feels great. Getting all those leg muscles shaking and cleaning up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stop and drop right into them. Take a big breath. Let it back out. Feel your nice vertical stack. Let that next inhale bring the arms up effortlessly. Let's throw one more big open body stretch. Reaching far out to the corners. And when it feels just right, let it automatically bounce back up to tall and neutral spine. And let them swing. Master's exercise. Easy arm swing. Small compression of the feet, ankles, shins. Let the breath happen automatically. Super easy. Arms are swinging way behind as the shoulders easily open up. Shoulder blades and humerus and everything moving so nicely. And we're going to leave them overhead in a little bit. Sit into a chair pose for about 75 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and leave them up there. Squeeze a long extension on, and then soften into the whole posture. Let everything sink. Breathe into the whole body. Breathe into the space between the bones. Slightly expand that space between each vertebrae and all the joints. Sink a little bit every exhale. Lengthen a little bit every exhale. Make very small adjustments. Let the spine get very long and spacious. Feel where you're sinking through your feet. 4, 3, really long. 2, and exhale, push down as you push up. Let those swing easy. Loosen up those shoulders, let everything long and funky. And let's do some strong squats, 100% contraction squats. I'm going slightly wider than shoulder width. Wiggle those legs into place. Grab into the earth with your feet. Feel it grab, flex the muscles in the lower leg. Squeeze the quads and the glutes and the hams and the butt. Push back into that posterior chain. Using surplus power in your legs. Turning on all the muscles, even the ones you don't use for this. Squeeze them at the top. These are 100% contraction squats. Over strong squats. Breathing into the muscles when you're down and exhaling out of when you're up. A little bit tighter if you got it for about 4 more. Let's stay down with flexed legs at the bottom and pulse it. They're still turned on, but we're breathing into them. 6, 5, 4. Spreading that mat out through the outsteps. And let's get 2 more squeeze ups. And squeeze up. And relax them. Kick them out. Shake them loose. Breathe them through. And let's do some flaps. Turning on the shoulders, waking up the upper back scap stabilizers, getting some fluid motion like a great blue heron. Put those arms back behind you a little bit to really make it about the shoulder blades and scapular stabilizers. You can put them in front of you also, nice and high. Kind of effortless, but still turning on those back muscles. And let's change the plane now. We'll flap them forward and back. Put a squeeze at the back. That'll be fluid. That one looks and feels great. Try them up above the shoulders at the ear level if you like. That's more intense. Open them up, and then we're gonna go turn them palms up. Get that externally rotated humerus and scapular, posterior tilted scapula, flapping for us. Moving gently far away, reach far away from yourself. And now, let's put the finale on it, make it a little intense. Stiffen up the arms, vibrate like a molecule, emphasizing the pinch back. Try them up high for a little while. It's definitely different. Try them straight across for a little while. Try them a little bit low for a little while, pinching those lower middle scapulae. Ooh, pinch them and pinch them and pinch them. Find where you like it most. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and let them swing. There's Diane coming back. Swing a little bit. Feel how those back muscles are all alive. Pull it across. Trying to really pull back into that panel right there. Breathing and rolling it. 3, 2, 1. Switch that one out.
Sorry, my computer crashed.
I thought something might have gone on like that. You missed the power squats, but don't worry, there's more. Drag it down. 3, 2, 1. Very good. Let's do some lateral squats for our hip mobility. Set them out nice and wide, feet squared forward. We're gonna push our butts back and to the right. This leg stays long. load into this heel and out step. Come right on up. The first couple can be mellow. They will open up every rep. We'll do 5 of these each way with the feet stuck down. And then 5 more, Cossack style. Take your time with these. It is a wonderful multi-planar former upper stretcherizer mobilization exercise. If you remember, squeeze up at the top, a little bit of contraction. That's 4-4. Use your natural supports right down there. Last one on this side before I go to the Cossack. I'm going to still sit into this. I'm going to open that hip, turn that foot up, lengthen through that hamstring. Absolutely use the floor and your knees if you like. Functional movement. Way back in there. How far can you sit back? If you put this kickstand hand behind you, you can sit back into it a bit. I got 2-2. Sometimes when I get down here and I'm in the heel and the out step, I try to pull myself away from there a little bit. Get a little extra stretch that way. I think that's 4-4, which means we have only one more each side. Squeeze them up, take them over. And one more over here. Very, very nice. We're going to continue with the intro to shrugs this week. We've got some heavier bells. You can certainly do 10s with this. You can do heavier ones because we're not going to do a lot of these. But get those dumbbells hanging nice and easy. Shoulders right under your ears, nice tall stack. Let's get 5 of these with a good exhale on the way up. And way down. Nose breathing is best. I often breathe through my mouth so you can tell. 4. Really squeeze them. 5. Bring it down. Let them hang long. Move your shoulder blades forward and back a little bit. With them about 4 centimeters or so in front of that neutral line. Pull them again 4 times. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Really get them long. 3 and 4, and leave them down. Pull them back behind neutral. 4 more. Pull them back a little bit. Tall spine. And 4. Now you can really turn them off. If they were super heavy bells, I'd say keep a little tension in the muscles, but you can really let them get long and feel how that, it's trapezius muscles that really affect your neck. Get your neck long. You might even hear it crack a little bit. Move those gently forward and back. Very nice. All right, let's try some standing crunch. For our balance and abs and fun, drop back a little bit with that right leg, sink the left foot into the ground. Let's go sagittal 9. Exhale, draw the navel in and the elbow to the knee. 6, 5, get that stretch at the top. 4, 3, 2, going to the side now. Frontal plane crunches, using those transversus and obliquers, working that balance. Exhale, 6, reach them up. 5, 4, 3, reach it high, stretch it tight, and dump that one deep into the earth. Set up the other side, sagittal, and 9. Make it breathy, make it curvy, hurry, make it reachy. 5, mix it up. 6, 7, 8, hit those abs. 9, going out to the side now. 9, play with where you put that foot down. Get that side bend. 7, 6, reach it high. 5, 4, 3. We got one more set on each side and then a good stretch. Squeeze that good, jump it down, pour it right in, switch it up. We're gonna aim this out in between sagittal and frontal, 45 degrees, and get it 9. We'll hold it and squeeze it on 3 from the abs, from the navel. Get that stretch, it feels so good. 3, oh, that was the hold. Gonna hold on 2. Hold 2, 3, that's my abs, my abs, my abs. I'll get 2 more. 1 and 2. Set this back where you like it best to get this spiral human stretch from the right quad hip flexor up through the side and the elbow and the lats, even the triceps. Make it dynamic. Pivot into it. 2, 1, and let's get that same thing on the other side. 9 at the 45-degree plane. 9, 8, 7. Get the stretch and the breath. 6, 5. Extra squeeze here. Get ready. Let's hold this 1. 3, that's my obliques. 2, 1, 2 more. Stretch it, crunch it, stretch it, and crunch it, and set it down skillfully where you want it. Little internal rotation on that back foot. Little attitude hip push into that side line. Exhale into it. Load that front heel. Out step. Stretch through the elbow right to the sky. 2 more exhales. That can feel really good in a lot of muscles. And walk them out. Very nice. Let's do the textbook patented lunge 4-4-4-4. Line them up on railroad tracks. Set that rotation how you like it. Level pelvis. Let's get 4 straight down into this heel out step. 4. Only as deep as you're ready. Get fluid and funky. And I'm going to step out wide for the next 4. 4. Still loading right down through that foot. Playing how I like it. 2. Tightrope next. Inline lunge. 4. How's your balance? How's your funk? 2. Squeeze that front leg. Curtsy next. Curtsy them over. 4. Hello. 3. 2. And back to shoulder width with the rotation through the thoracic. 4. Deep as you dare. 3. 2. And 1. March them out for a second before we set up that other leg. Get ready, get steady. Drop it back. Sink into the front, set the pelvis. 4 easy ones, you're already cooking. You talk too much, coach. 2. Doesn't matter if we do extras, take it a little wider. We love lunges or split squats to put a finer point on it. 2. And 1, tight rope. 4. 3. 2. And curtsy, here we go. 4. Beautiful stretch right there. 2. Back to shoulder width, set it right where you like it. Hit those rotations. 4. And 3, inhale. And 2. And 1, march them out. That's some good, healthy, happy, juicy legs. Let's go right into the calves. We got hinge work coming. And let's do the posterior chain. Lean into that. That's a hinge up into a calf raise. We'll get 9 of those. Really work to feel yourself being held by this back band of muscles. Springing right up tall. A little bit of balance challenge. 5. Squeeze the whole calf muscle at the top. 4. 3, 2, and 1. Super good. Pour all your weight into your left leg. Make that right one light or empty for 8, 7. Really load that calf. Hinge it back. 5. Move this leg forward. Ooh, I missed that one. 4, 3, 2. Squeeze it tight and switch them out. That's good. 8. Hit that hinge still if you can. 6. Into that hamstring. 5, 4, 3. Squeeze it tight. 2 and 1. Super good. Shake them a tiny bit. Let's put them right side by side. Let's try some balance and holds. Push back into that hinge. Rise up through the head. 4. Squeeze. 2, 1. Again. 3 more of these. 5, 4. Squeeze more calf fibers, quads fibers. Hinge it back. 2 to go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Right back there. 5, 5, 4, 4. Squeeze, squeeze. 2, 2, 1, 1. All right, dance them out. Wiggle them a little bit. Let's hit the wall for 2 calf stretches each side. First leg, stiff back. Push back into that knee. Lock the hip. Look at the wall. Drop the scaps. Push down the shaft of your leg bones. Continue to hinge forward through that ankle. Stretch that gastroc deep. 2 more exhales. Really stretch it. Push into it. And switch that out. Gastroc stretch. Number 2 leg. Settle into it. Take your time. Really helps to really push that knee back. You could do a slight hyperextension of the knee on this to really get that upper calf ball. Drop shoulders, look at the wall, push into it. 2, 1, and switch it out. Let's find that soleus a little closer to the wall. Just the right bend in the knee. Stretch the bottom of your foot, your Achilles tendon, and the lower, deeper calf muscle. Drive it for 2 more. And dip into it. And wiggle it out a little bit as you set up the other one. Dip it down, hit that flex in the knee, the ankle. Really see if you can take your attention inside to the muscles that attach to that Achilles tendon, the soleus. 2 more exhales, pretty fierce. And wiggle that one out, a couple of lap circles. Very, very good. We are ready for business. Let's set up for some sumo squats with heavy goblets. These are going to be a whole minute of tight contraction legs. And if your legs feel like they're done at any point, just stop and shake them out. You do not have to go the whole minute. I'm going to run the timer from up here. I'm putting 2 chunky bells together to make an extra heavy goblet. We're going to go shallow, somewhat narrow sumo squat. Squeeze those legs nice and tight. Push back into loaded legs, loaded posterior chain. Drive out and up. Squeeze them at the top. These are slow, attentive, full leg glutes engagement, particularly the back of the legs when you can get them. Start with the glutes, find the quads, and the hamstrings, then the abductors driving out, and the adductors in opposition to those. Inhale them down, exhale them up, squeeze them. Let's pulse the next one. Strong in the heels and the posterior chain. 4 and 3. Strong legs. 2 and 1. Squeeze them up, exhale. Couple to go. Only as deep as you're ready. Squeeze them. And I think that's about enough of that. Squeeze them good. Awesome. Let's set up a lawnmower. It's like a lunge, only broader, wider base. Lean into this front foot, outstep, truss, chest to the floor, internal rotation, long from the heel to the top of the head. Let's get 4 full contraction, low rows, and then high rows. Ready, steady. Exhale, squeeze that back. Inhale into it. Squeeze that whole left side of your back, or whichever side's pulling, and then inhale as you open that joint. Take it to a high row. Upper arms 90 degrees off the body. Squeeze through the traps and the scaps and the rhomboids. Ha! Inhale. And you got license. Oh, switching up. Get the other side, 4 low, 4 high, or whatever you get. See how you like your setup. And then focus on that contraction. Squeeze it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Breathe. And here comes the high row. Out to the side. Chest stays square. It's all elbow to the sky. Pulled by the shoulder blade muscles. Exhale. Squeeze that back glute. All right. Variations on that coming. We're going to do a split squat curl. Wow. With these heavy bells. Set up your pretty heavy bells. 8s, 10s, 12s. Set up a good split squat. Load into that front leg. Let's let the bells hang for the first couple of reps. Load that front leg, square pelvis. Sink down into it and come right up. When you're ready, if your torso is tall and everything feels good, curl those up and squeeze them at the top. Dip them down. Keep those cooking. If you would like to change your base of support a little bit on that back leg, you might. Step wider, step narrower. Squeezing everything, squeezing the leg. It's out of phase. Squeeze the biceps, switch legs. Squeeze the front leg when I'm up. Squeeze the biceps when I'm down. You can breathe either way because we're always squeezing something. Super powerful vertical upright torso. Surplus power in the legs. Squeeze them. That should do it. That's a bunch. Get some friendly dumbbells, about 5s. We're going to do shoulder raises with emphasis on leaning into the posterior chain. Wrap into those bells. Squeeze them pretty tight so the shoulders are ready. They're going to come up. And as they come up, we're going to hinge back into that posterior chain and then squat. It's a hinge first and then a squat. This exercise is elegant and multifaceted. It's my new favorite. Squeeze the bells, squeeze those deltoids at the top. Squeeze the glutes at the top here. Feel that posterior chain. Pushing back into that band. Round back and down. Halfway there. If you need a rest, take a rest. If you're still cooking, let's try opening these out to the side a little bit. Still really in that posterior chain, squeezing them out. Squeeze the upper back and rear delts there, middle delts anyway. And I think we're pretty good. And if you got one more, that's fine. Can't believe I stopped early. All right, lawnmower again, same setup. Those were really good. Get your heavy bell. You can really pull a lot here. And pull. The stance is elegant, very functional for gardening, sawing boards, low rows. Here we go. Long joint, exhale, full contraction. Inhale. You might find that you need more weight in order to get that full, satisfying contraction. Notice how the shoulder goes back, the scap comes back, high row. Squeeze it back. Inhale. Oh. Long spine, long head, long neck. Looking down. I think we can switch on. Squeeze that one. Inhale. Seamless switch. Drop it back, 4 low rows. Set your carriage. Your setup is worth the price of admission on this one. If it's solid and you're in this foot, leg, quad, glute, you can fly this one up and squeeze that back. Now go high row. 4 and 3, super squeeze. 2, get that whole back panel, and inhale, open the joint. 1 more, maybe 2, squeeze it. That's enough of those. All right. What are we gonna do? How many are we in? We're gonna do the reverse lunge stork. So, not many reps, kind of slow. Load that left leg, drop the right leg back just enough to be in service of loading that, squeeze the front leg, sink into it. If you're not ready to fully stork, then touch right here as a reference, drop back into it, pull yourself forward. Squeeze the quad, glute, abs at the top. Inhale it back. Squeeze them up. Really powerful move. Use extra surplus energy, muscles in that leg. Pause with that balance. Switching them out. Squeeze that right leg before you load down into it. And then squeeze it at the top. Always finish with your stronger leg. Squeeze. Inhale. Draw yourself forward. Use the hamstring of that front leg to drag yourself forward. Squeeze it up. Last one, load it good. Come on up and hold it if you got it. Squeeze everything to 1. Marvelous. So marvelous. All right, grouchos are cruel. I'm gonna take off the, thought I could keep that on, but get your lightweight dumbbells, 2s or 3s, maybe nothing. We're even gonna throw them aside. We're gonna sit back and do a posterior chain loaded sumo squat. Squeeze it, make sure you're back in that backside. Put those out there and walk nice and low. You can mix these up from in front of you to out, even all the way wide if you like. Keep pushing back. Every time I step down, I push back into my butt and hams. Squeeze those scabs back. This gets intense. You may absolutely take a break anytime. And sometimes for the second half, I drop the bells, I load that backside again, and I get those extra supports in. And if I like, I can even get dramatic with a little sumo. But as I come down, that's when I push back into that posterior chain. Don't get me wrong, the quads are working, but that pushback really loads these backside muscles, which is amazing for safety and proper functioning of your joints. And that one gets you cooking. All right, we're gonna do the lawnmower setup with 2 light bells. We're gonna do either a long lever T, half a T, or the whole T. So set that up, same stance. Start with 1 bell and your truss. Squeeze that out to a T. If it's feeling good and stable and solid, you can take that other bell. Let's get 2 more T's. T, loading into that heel, front glute, long spine. Squeeze them and inhale, make them long. Wise. Up above the ears. That's the hardest one. Open them broad using those upper back muscles. A's. Easiest one, still a good squeeze. How does that feel? Yeah, not too high up. Switch them out, shake that loose, that's intense. I'm gonna go into the T in a second, but I wanna get my truss lined up. Half a T, so everything's solid, whole T. Squeeze them. How's that weight coming through that front foot? How's your long head? How's your knuckles up? Try some Y's. Y. Awesome posture move. Crazy effective stability of the lower body. Oh, those are intense, you guys. Love them, shake them loose. We got the fast reverse lunge with the stick for support if you like it. We're gonna do 5 reps with the right in all the directions. Repeat left, and then we'll go 1, 1, 1, 1. Right leg's going straight back. Draw it forward. It goes wide back. Draw it forward. Tightrope back. Touch that shoulder width. Curtsy. 1 more shoulder width. And the other side. Drop it back, try to draw forward to tall. Use that balance and body awareness. Curtsy, ha, shoulder width. All right, now it's rapid fire. You don't have to do this. It's gonna go right, right. Right straight, and left straight. Right wide, draw it forward. Right wide, tightrope. Once, and twice. Funky curtsy. Squeeze that upper back. Keep those abs neutral. Straight, straight again. Straight and straight. Your choice for a couple more. Draw them up. That is a round, my friends. Take a breather, 75 seconds. Get a sip of something. We'll be back for round 2 with a whole lot of ball work. We're going to sit on the ball and do upper body, which is of course also covert lower body. We'll be working the swivels and the one-legger things. So get your ball and your heaviest dumbbells that you can comfortably curl. Second round will be overhead. And then we're going to do hip thrusters on the ball. This is a marvelous, marvelous ball round. I'm rather happy about this one. So, what are you curling today? You don't have to tell me. I can kind of guess by looking at you. Those look pretty chunky, Diane. I like it. All right, sit in the middle of the ball. See if you like your uprightness. Feet fairly close together because we're going to be dancing these. Let those hang. Feel the biceps. I like hammers by the ball. The spiral in, palms in at the top. Inhale them back. When you're ready, lift that right leg for 4 reps. Squeeze those biceps. Inhale them down. Really load into those biceps. I'm going slow because I don't have a whole lot of excess steam today. Now carefully, cautiously, slowly change feet. Squeeze them up, stay tall. Inhale down. X them up. Your own cadence, your own steps. Try to do about an even amount of each leg. You can lift each leg, each opposite leg every rep. Fight those down. You can even keep both feet down if you want. Really lean into those biceps. Melting them on down. And that's a wrap on that. Cast those bells aside. Stay on the ball. We're going to walk out into a textbook hip thrust. I'm going to walk forward till the ball is right up at the top of my thoracic. Knees stay over the ankles. My feet are pretty close together because we're going to favor one foot. I use my, actually when both feet are down, I like try to balance. Squeeze at the top. Make sure you lengthen that spine with a slight pelvic tuck. Squeeze through the glutes. Inhale them down. Ride that straight down. And make your right foot very light. Drive all with your left heel. Right foot's maybe got 10-20%. Keep that pelvis really level. At the top, when you squeeze that glute, you're using heel, glute, and low back. Tuck the pelvis, lengthen the back. One more on the left. Squeeze that left tight. Come on down, come up on both even. And then start to dump into that right one. How's your alignment? How's your long, open, spacious spine? How's your breathing? Are you exhaling and squeezing that back strap and glute? Pulse it up there a little bit. That's my back strap. Touch the ground gently. Both glutes at the same time. Squeeze it at the top. That's fantastic. We're staying down. We're going to do ball rollouts. I think you know why we do ball rollouts. Because it's one of the most amazing functional core exercises in the whole universe. I get my hands in karate chops about 4 inches apart. I try to keep that straight line, shoulder, hip, knee. As I fall into that, I'm in a plank. On my knees, Put your scaps where you like them, long, tall head, looking straight ahead. Saw that ball. Squeeze your glutes, tuck your pelvis a little bit. Make sure that navel is drawn in. Once everything feels good, you can go out quite far. You can even stir, do small circles, about 4 one way and then 4 the other. Try not to let your butt come up like that. This is not what I want to do. I want to keep that straight or slightly hinged and stir that around. And of course, you know, if you're ready for that next level, for safety, you pull the elbows in close, fire the abs tight, come up on the toes, slight pike maybe, then carefully recheck your saw and your stir. And feel the amazingness of your flexibly firing core. It's constantly adjusting its wording line to stabilize the spine, keep you plugged into your pelvis and your chi. Oh, that's a good one. Get up to 2 minutes of that. Let's sit back on the ball again. We're going to go overhead. Yes, I am reducing my dumbbell weight significantly. Find that middle, jiggle around, nice and tall. Feet pretty close together. Let's put these right here for Arnold presses. Squeeze them up, squeeze the deltoids at the top, keep the ribs down, abs on. Bring them down, now do all that again with one leg. Squeeze with the top, super tall, squeeze the delts, and bring them right down. Let's do 3 more with that leg. Should feel kind of unsteady, but still kind of stable. You are on a very unsteady environment, but you are stable. I'm gonna bring this leg down after I squeeze those up. Inhale, switch legs. We stayed whole 30 seconds on one leg. Let's do it again. How's that neutral spine? How's those ribs down? Squeeze them up. They look very tall and good. Anybody want to try a military out here? Squeeze and inhale. Squeeze. How about a sagittal? Right to there. Squeeze them up, ribs down. Hold them tight, tight, tight. And down easy. Shake them loose. Nice shoulder work. We're going to do ball thrusts again. I'm going to give you the front on view because this is the super cool one where we're going to stand mostly on one leg. I'm going to use my fingertips for stabilizers. All the way up flat. As I come down, the right leg goes long and the right glute drops a little. So that glute touches, the other one does not. Then I squeeze up, flex the hip, fold across, squeeze the glute and the back straps. Sink them down. This is a walk emulation, core stabilizer, putting the perfect little rotation in the pelvis. Definitely squeeze that glute, exhaling to the top, back straps and everything. Long leg, and switch them out. Bring it up, squeeze across, long leg. Now my left glute touches before the right. Squeezing them up, the right glute doesn't actually touch the mat. Very stable, squeeze, slight rotation, barely crossing the center line with that knee at the top. Squeezing that standing glute through the heel, posterior chain, hamstring, back strap, everything pulsed, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And bring them on down. We are going to sit on the ball again, but wait, this is the cool one. We're going to actually walk out on the ball and do inclined dumbbell chest press into flies, depending on your weight. Grab those bells, turn on the pecs, walk yourself out, drive the bells up. Let's get one flat bench. Make sure everything's aligned, loading into the pecs, and then drop your long spine like a ramp, tailbones to the floor. And focus the rest of this minute on squeezing your pecs at the top, loading into almost only pecs at the bottom, exhaling them up. Squeeze that full pectoralis major. Keep it turned on while it opens up wide. Squeeze it tight. If these are light enough, you can go into a fly or a partial fly. Open that chest, muscles on, squeezing that amazing muscle tissue. Breathe into it. Squeeze them up. Boom. Full adduction at the top through the pecs right to the sternum. 8 seconds, not many left. Make sure you squeeze them good. Open them wide. Amazing. All right, our backs on the floor and our heels on the ball for hamstring ball curls, which is, believe it or not, another amazing exercise. Get yourself nice and aligned. Try to be soft in the head and neck and traps. Feet about 4 inches apart, elbows outriggers. Squeeze yourself up into a bridge. Relax the calves. Feel the glutes and hams working, lower back's turned on, slight tuck in the pelvis, rake that ball in. Amazing posterior chain, hamstrings exercise. All the way out, little squeeze at the end. Really pull it in, contract those hams at the top. They're getting strong enough now that they don't cramp anymore. Remember they used to cramp for some of us when we did this? Because they were understrong and they are not anymore. Long hams, squeeze, glute, draw them back in. High hips, relax your neck, relax your head. Long and squeezed. Watch that lumbar when you come down. Don't be overextended. Put a slight tuck on it. Squeeze those things. Try to relax your calves. And drop your bucket down. Point and flex the toes. Relax the calves. We're not going anywhere. We're going to stay right here and do the ball pass, which can be very effective if we're going to control the lumbar. Stick it down using your abs, particularly your obliques, and pick up that ball with your medial malleoluses of your ankles. Navel in, lift it up, pass it over. Legs come down as the ball goes down. How far do those legs go down? They go down only as far as they can go without my lumbar coming off of that mat. Every time the ball goes away, I squeeze the navel, exhale, bring it back up, really using the core. It's more difficult out far from your body. It's easier in close to your butt. You bring it close to your butt and have the lumbar down. That's a great drill right there. Pass it overhead. When it goes overhead, your legs go down. You're exhaling. Squeeze that back up. Long and strong. Open them up. Extra squeeze in those abs. Open them up. If you want to raise your head on these last couple, you can come right up. And let's rest those heels on the ball. Point and flex the toes. Lengthen the abs. Go ahead and arch your back if you like. Get really long. Give those hams and calves a break. Standing back, we're going to do that ladylike Russian twist again. Right down here. Keep my left foot nice and aligned. Everything's aligned. Cross that right leg over. Kind of ladylike. Arms are out. And let that fall that direction. Stretching all through this lateral leg, glute, up into the low back. I look slightly away from the folded over leg, not too much. Keep that opposite shoulder down, exhale. Touch the ground with the toe, rest into it. Stay there for a while. If it feels good, extend that top leg. Flex the toes back, lengthen through the heel. The hamstring and the glute and that extra low back stretch, quadratus lumborum and all his friends. That feels pretty good. Fold the knee, bring him back up. Jiggle a little bit to realign. March him into place. Cross that other one up, let it fall. How are you doing on that shoulder down, head position? Proper ease, extra exhales. Let it let go. And then reach through that heel. Extend that top leg. Let the weight of gravity stretch that hamstring, lateral side, and glute, and low back. And mix it around. Exhale again. When you think you've got enough exhales and a long enough muscle groups, fold it back, bring it back. March them back into place. How are we doing on time? Quite well. Let's do that quad stretch. I've been rather fond of it. Side lie quad stretch. Come up on the side, pretty long knees together. Reach back and grab that. This allows us to stretch the quad and hip flexor without having to balance. We'll pull it up. And then play with where that knee wants to be in your pelvis angle. And go ahead and pull that knee behind the other knee. Carefully try to feel that hip flex your quad. Exhale 2 more times. Find the sweet spot. And switch it over to the other side. Get very comfortable, get very vertical, perpendicular to the floor with your hips. And gently grab those toes. Line them up. Knees together is always good. Stretching knee behind the other knee is good with care. Just keep exhaling. You can push into your hand with your foot. Get a little dynamic stretch on that if you like. 2 more exhales. Very, very good. Let's let that out of there. And you get up any way you like. You can roll your side. You can rock up. That's pretty good hip flexor. Let's come on up and do the leg swings. It's been a leg swingy week. We finished a little bit early. That's kind of amazing and just fine on a Friday. So sink that left leg deep into the earth. Really drill it down like a fence post. Right hand out to handshake. Right leg back. These are moving out of phase. I can touch each time if I need to, but if I don't need to, I can let them swing. Feel yourself tall through the top of the head. Eyes on the floor, out under your computer. Helps for balance. Open up that hip. So nicely worked and warmed up and stretched. This is hip lubrication, balance training. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Can you stop it and put it down with tremendous precision and rise the weight out of this leg. Pour it deep into this leg. Set them up and let it swing. Let the breath go as it likes to go. Soften that hip as you can, letting go of the gunk you don't need in there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Total control. Show off a little bit. Put it down light. Rise it out of this one. Pour it into that one. Let's go frontal plane. I can check, test, balance, check with my foot touching each time. Once I got it, I can let that swing. Once again, loose and easy and effortless. Just a little push at each end like pumping a swing when you're swinging a kid. And really let it flow across for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slow it down, swing it around, show it off. Put it down empty. Empty, I could lift it up. Rise it up, pour it down. Set that other one up. You're already swinging. Uh-oh, it's okay to be a little dorky. Dork moves are invited. Near wipeouts are very good practice. Let it swing. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Swing it around, park it down. Can you put it down empty? Really empty? Switch them out. We're gonna do the tricky one. All right, I wrap my right leg all the way around to behind the other foot. I wrap the arms opposite. I get tall through the head. I check it, see if I got the balance. You're swinging out of phase. Really good. Tall spine, kundalini, moving move. Ha, ha. Let it be super effortless, super meditative. Let's do this one for a little while. Looks like you guys got it good. Crossing that center line is super good for you. And 6, 5, 4. How little effort can you use? 2, and 1. Ease it around, park it down, rise it up, sink deep, 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 deep. Wrap it and counter wrap it. And check it. And check it. You guys have got it. Remember how hard this was when we first learned it? Now you all look like you could do it all day at a cocktail party. Ooh, let it swing. Feel that marvelous uprightness, axialness of your spine through your standing leg. And let them go for 6 and 5. These are ancient meditation support exercises after all. 2 and 1. And bring it around, park it down. Take half the weight. Actually pour all the weight into this one so this one's empty. And then bring it back and even it out like pouring water between 2 glasses until they're perfectly even. And then exhale down into the earth. Lengthen through your head as you do so. Feel that energy flowing up the spine. It's amazing. We got everything warmed up, loosened up, opened up. You are realigned. You are different than you were just an hour ago.